I would definitely have to say that one of the most mysterious characters in the Star Wars sequel trilogy has got to be Supreme Leader Snoke. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, looking at the sequels, specifically both The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, what's really interesting about The Force Awakens to me is that, well, it seems as though that J.J. Abrams was trying to set up something huge for both characters Rey, Kylo Ren, and Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, unfortunately, in The Last Jedi, we witnessed the death of Snoke, or so we think so far. And at that point in time, we didn't really get any backstory or answers to exactly who Snoke really is in the sequel trilogy, and that may very well get answered in Episode 9 by J.J. Abrams returning once again to end the Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc., one of which has all to do with a description of Snoke with far less injuries than what was shown in the sequel trilogy films. He wears a black cloak similar to Palpatine's with a hood over his head, holding a gold-plated lightsaber hilt. In front of him, kneeling, is Kylo Ren with his helmet on, the same helmet from both 7 and 8. Snoke hands Kylo Ren a gift to him in a clear glass case. It's Darth Vader's melted helmet. Kylo opens the case using the Force and holds and begins to examine his grandfather's mask. Snoke is giving a lecture to Kylo Ren, most likely, telling him legends of Darth Vader, who once ruled the entire galaxy. So this is something that I really want to talk about, and this may very well end up in the finalized version of the movie. Now, one thing about this that really does interest me is that not only would this answer as to exactly how Kylo Ren got his hands on the Darth Vader melted helmet, but it also opens up more questions. How did Snoke get Darth Vader's helmet? Does it all have to do with the Acolytes of the Beyond? I don't know if you guys know about the Acolytes of the Beyond, but if you read a lot of the novels within the Disney canon, you will learn that it is believed that the Acolytes of the Beyond came across Darth Vader's lightsaber and sold it off. So they could very well be the ones responsible for finding Darth Vader's melted helmet and bringing it to Supreme Leader Snoke, who created the First Order and actually got that to rise. So this whole entire thing between both Snoke and Kylo Ren, now you can kind of see the similarities between both Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine, well, at least in the comics. In the comics, Palpatine actually does reward Darth Vader with numerous gifts. One of the gifts were Padme's ship, alright, the Nubian ship that we saw in The Phantom Menace. And he actually rewards him this, but when Vader goes inside, he sees ghosts of the past within his head, including a younger version of himself. So that's what I like about the comics. You do see this transparency between both Emperor Palpatine's real intentions and what Darth Vader is susceptible to. So looking at Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke, the whole concept of Snoke giving him this gift, most likely, I believe that this is a gift after Kylo and the Knights of Ren slaughtered those individuals that we saw in either the flashback and or flash forward in Star Wars The Force Awakens. So with that being said, alright, this is absolutely a flashback. If it does make it into Episode 9, it just has to be. And it would also explain as to why Andy Serkis is currently working on a very top secret project, and he's working with motion capture and all that. Everything on his IMDb is all finished and done with, so that's another big question for sure. Is Andy Serkis reprising his role as Supreme Leader Snoke, or is it going to be somebody else portraying the character? Now, as far as Darth Vader, having a role in Episode 9 to a certain extent, where, Kylo Ren may still be inspired by certain objects of the Dark Lord of the Sith before the rise of the First Order, that could very well be a very interesting plot piece for sure. We've been hearing about all of these different things, about Darth Vader's lightsaber being blown into different pieces, and that's actually contained in a box that Kylo Ren has, apparently. Very interesting stuff, guys, I gotta say for sure. And that's what I like about Snoke, is that there's so much mystery behind this character. I think that we just want to learn more about him, and we will, come late 2019, when we get the Age of, I believe it's called Resistance comic line. and one whole entire issue is going to be dedicated to Supreme Leader Snoke that will answer a ton of more questions about the character, and it will go over some revelations of Supreme Leader Snoke, quite possibly fully explaining the real use of his ring and other powers that he may have that we haven't seen in the actual films by JJ and Rian Johnson. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.